From A-list actors to superstar singers, our next guest is the Australian nanny Hollywood stars are clamouring to hire.
Yeah, now for 15 years, Philippa Christian has worked with some of the biggest names in showbiz. She joins us live from LA to tell us what life is really like on the celebrity payroll. Good morning to you, Philippa.
Good morning.
So you're a Melbourne girl. How do you end up living the high life, working for the rich and famous in LA?
This is a question everyone loves to ask because it is very hard to get into, but I just happened to grow up in an area in Melbourne where a lot of celebrities live, and from a young age I began babysitting for them, and when I became a bit older I turned into becoming their nanny, and I would go on holidays with them, I would travel with them. I also worked in some of the top hotels in Melbourne, and when stars would fly in, I would be working for them and they would fly me home with them, and then I met a lot of high-profile nannies overseas and we sort of shared work amongst ourselves. So, and also being an Australian nanny in Hollywood, you get all the top jobs, which is good, so it was very easy.
Oh, it pays to be Aussie.
What are the upsides that come with working for families like this, and are there specific guidelines you're obliged to follow? How does it work?
There's all kinds of guidelines. So the sort of basic ones are no dating, curfews, no alcohol, even if you're at a family event or at a family function or some sort of an event and you're offered it, you still can't say yes. And then you get some sort of weird things like always having to, when you're adjusting the volume on televisions, to always make sure it's on an even number, or if you're using the oven or the microwave, put on an even number. Make sure you don't look like a nanny, so you sort of blend into the family. A lot of high-profile families don't like to be known as having a lot of staff. They like to sort of give the impression that they do it all themselves. Some people will make you wear shower caps on your feet when you're walking around the house on your shoes, so that keep the house clean at all times. So all kinds of crazy things.
I didn't know there were odd numbers on ovens. Like set the oven to 181. Now, one celebrity you worked for, we know you're not going to name names or anything like that. One celebrity suspected her husband was cheating on her, but can you tell how could tell us how she tried to catch him in the act? 'Cause it's quite an involved story.
Yes, someone I worked for overseas was quite a famous singer, and she has some great songs and sort of stopped singing after she found out that her husband was cheating on her, and she was still very much so in love with him, so she went out of her way to try and find out who these girls were, because the media kept on saying that there were multiple girls, and unfortunately, like the public, she sort of believed everything that she read. So she had different coloured wigs, she'd follow him, she'd hide in bushes, she would do all kinds of things looking through windows. She actually broke into the property at one stage and got into a bit of trouble. So, of course, after that, the nanny had to come and do those things after that happened, but I sort of tried to help her out, but my spying skills aren't too good, so I wasn't able to do much, but I'd make sure I'd always go to Baskin-Robbins at the end of the night and get some ice cream, and we'd just have a good night at the end of each night.
Apart from having great dinner party stories, I'm just wondering, Philippa, what are the good things? What have you enjoyed about taking on such roles?
It's a really interesting job because you get to travel a lot, you get to live a life that you would never usually get to live. You get all the perks of being a celebrity without having to be a celebrity, which is nice. But the perks are always the children, and I know people say, oh, come on, but it really, really is the children. The parents are away for such, long times, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, and you become very close to these little children and get to know them quite well, and it's always so much fun.
So, over the years, I'm sure people have come at you for book deals or for magazine deals to spill the beans. I'm sure they're offering you lots of money. Are you never tempted?
Am I ever tempted? No. I think that if you are a nanny and you're for the right reasons, you always put the children's needs and what's best for the children before your own. Some of the offers are crazy. One of the first photos that I was offered money for was just under $300,000. If you don't accept cash, they will offer to buy you a car or to buy you holidays, whatever you want really. But they're usually after photos of your employees with no makeup on, or just lounging around in their home, or on family holidays with photos that the media don't have access to. So I've even had someone offer to buy my laptop from me and my contact list. So they really, it's sort of, I don't know why they want these things so much, but
just quickly,
the offers are always there.
Just quickly, are you still working now? Are you working for a particular family now?
I'm not working currently. I keep trying to get out of it so I can just sort of have a normal life again, but it keeps pulling me back, so I'm sure soon I'll probably be back into it again.
Kids are quite contagious like that. Philippa, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Well done. Lovely to speak to you.